everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel again. Vlade here, and we're here to talk about double stroke rolls and the way I incorporate them in my playing. I want to give you a couple of examples on how to improve and play your double strokes the best way possible around your drums. Often I've gotten questions from different peers asking, and hey man, how do you incorporate the doubles on your playing? Because other than just playing on the snare drum or doing rolls on the hi-hat, how do you put it around the toms? How do you deal with all of that? The first thing about how I play my doubles is pretty simple. I use a stroke and a catch. You practice it from slow to fast. Many years ago, I think the first time I saw a video explaining doubles, it was Dave Wackel. And later on, I corroborated his information with other drummers like Jojo Mayer, Thomas Lang, Virgil Donati, Dennis Chambers, Vinny Colaiuta. All these guys talk about pretty much the same technique. The way they like to do it is accenting the second stroke of each double. So when you play faster, they sound a little bit more even. Instead of just to go. Okay, so that's the basic idea of the double stroke roll. Later on, I was able to learn what we call the rolls, which is a family of rudiments that are based on doubles. I learned the regular open to close double stroke roll I just demonstrated. I also learned what we call the 5-stroke roll, which is like this. It's 2 doubles and then a single. Then alternate the hands. Now, I use this a lot in my playing. Demonstrate that a little later. Also, we have the 6-stroke roll, which is okay, it's 2 doubles and then 2 singles. Okay. Then I learned 7-stroke roll, which is 3 doubles and a singles, okay? The next one I use a lot is the 9-stroke roll. The 9-stroke roll is 4 doubles and then a single, okay? Then we got the 10-stroke roll. This one has 8 doubles and then 2 singles. With the left. Then there's the 11-stroke roll. The 11-stroke roll has 5 double strokes and then a single stroke. If you want more information on the rest of the rolls, there's 13 stroke roll, there is 15 stroke roll, and there's 17 stroke roll. I personally don't use that a lot, only for exercises. Right now I'm gonna play a little bit of an example where you can see me playing double strokes around the kit, a little bit open, not too fast, but that way hopefully you can see how I phrase with doubles. I memorize a few patterns here and there, but most of the patterns I try them to be as open as possible. In this example right now, I will be playing a little bit more like open doubles, okay? The idea of the example is just to demonstrate how you can play those doubles around open and control and still create a motion with dynamics and with the different voices of the instrument to hopefully produce interesting sounds. The next example, I want to show you how I use the 5-stroke roll within a groove context. I use it a lot on the hi-hats and between the hi-hat and my ride cymbal, usually like this. I have patterns on the hi-hat as well. The other one I use a lot is the 9-stroke roll. And there's a funny story about this 9-stroke roll because when I was like super curious about learning doubles back in the day, probably like 20 years ago, I was crazy about drummers playing a series of doubles on their hi-hats within the groove context. I just saw it as doubles, but later on, when I learned the phrase, I realized that it was just a 9-stroke roll. And this is very famous. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen this pattern before. It sounds like this. A lot of drummers will do something like this. Hopefully this is a little bit of good information for all of you. Knowing the different rolls, you can mix them up all the time around your hi-hat and you can create that very nice effect. For example, the next reason why I consider doubles really important, it's because most of rudiments are combinations of singles and doubles, including, for example, a single paradiddle. It's single and then double. all know that. Same thing with, you know, double paradiddles, paradiddle diddles, etc. My thing with the doubles is the better I can play those doubles and the better I can make them sound, then all my other rudiments are supposed to sound better as well. If you have weak double strokes, then playing paradiddles and other kinds of rudiments will be hard as well for you. The next topic I wanted to bring in doubles is the execution of them around the set. As you all know, each piece of the kit will most likely have a different kind of rebound. There is a point where your doubles will not sound very clear if you don't have strength on your arms and your wrist and your fingers as well. One of the things I still do a lot is practice my doubles in places with no rebound, like for example in my legs. This is not very recommendable because you can hurt your legs, of course. I'm just gonna do it to give you an example. See? I try to play as much as I can in places with no rebound. Maybe take a pillow or a towel, put it somewhere, because you want your doubles to sound the same way on the snare drum and then the same way here on the 16-inch floor tom. Then, so when you're drumming around the set anywhere, your doubles sound clear. So another way I like to use doubles in a groove context, I love playing grooves using both hands on my snare drum. So sometimes I will do, you know, just close doubles all the times, 7-stroke roll, 5-stroke roll here and there, mixing it up with singles. I'll give you a quick example. I will start playing a groove and then I will incorporate the snare so you can hear what I do. Of course, we have a lot of elements involved in my groove playing, and these are dynamics, and I will do a different lesson on dynamics because this is a very extensive topic to talk about as well. The best way I can talk to you guys about my playing is having this type of lesson conversation, and hopefully I get some questions and I get suggestions in the comment section about other topics you might want me to touch on. So now I will do a last example playing doubles in a solo context up to speed so you can see some doubles pretty fast, other up and doubles combinations with singles and other rudiments as well. I hope this has been helpful for you, and let me know if you have any questions. I hope you all find this topic interesting, and it's been a pleasure to share a little bit of information with you. Please be sure to let me know if you have any comments in the comment section, and if you have any suggestions on topics of my playing that you want me to talk about or break down. That's it for today, and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you so much for watching.